Alrighty. In this video, we're going to do a Kubuntu 20.04 install, and I'm going to show you post install. 20.04 is not released yet, but it's supposed to release on the 23rd. So anything that you see in this video shouldn't be very much change between now and then. We should be in a feature freeze. I am installing this on a virtual box, but your genuine hardware will work the same. The only thing you need to figure out is how do you boot from a USB drive on your actual hardware. Once you figured out how to make a USB drive from a .iso, and you figured out how to boot from that drive, then you can follow along with my install. We're going to do an install, and then we're going to do a post install. I'm going to show you what I do that works very well. I've been doing it for years on Kubuntu. So let's go straight away in. And we have the installer. I'm English, so I'm going to continue. Same default keyboard. On the software, I go normal installation. You can download updates while installing Ubuntu. You can do that, that's fine, doesn't matter. I'm actually going to uncheck that and show you how to update afterwards. And you can install third-party software, which is awesome. My Dell laptop touchscreen, it's got a Broadcom wireless, and as long as I have a different wireless plugged in, this will be done for me. This will be, the Wi-Fi will be installed for me during the actual install. You can check that if you wish. On a virtual box install, I'm not going to have anything that I need, so I'm going to uncheck it and continue. On this screen, you need to be careful if you're trying to dual boot. I don't have the dual boot options because I don't have a previous setup. But if you're going to try to dual boot with Windows, there should be one that says install alongside. I personally prefer to create a blank space on that hard drive in Windows, not in Linux. Go to Windows, go to Partitioner, resize your hard drive so you've got at least 20 gigs for your Linux install, and then you'll see an empty spot. You'll click that empty spot and you'll tell it Linux to install to that. You can go from there. I'm going to go guided, use entire disk. I don't need LVM. I don't need encrypted because, well, it's a virtual install that I'm probably not going to keep. Second of all, I'm in my house. I'm not in a office. I'm not sharing my PC. If my wife wants to get on and look at what I've been browsing at, I honestly don't care. So keep that in mind. If you don't want your wife to get on there and look, you might want to encrypt it. I got nothing to hide from anybody. Don't care. Gonna install now. This almost never actually does my location right. Mine would be New York time. Just that strip, that area. And you can click a whole lot of different locations if you live somewhere in any of these. Kentucky would actually be closer to me. Everything usually lists as New York time, so anything in that strip right there. And you can change your time zone right here with this as well. You can create your name. Just going to do a little buzz. Create your password. If you're using your keypad, your number pad, make sure your number buttons is on. And it will not type. Okay, number buttons is not going to work, so I'll use up here. And I'll have to check that. I'll actually download the most recent daily and make sure that's not a bug. If it is, I'll file a bug. Log in automatically, hit continue. Right now, I'm pretty sure they're in a feature freeze. They're not going to add anything new, so what you see on this install is what you get. They are going to work on bug fixes like crazy for the next couple of weeks before it releases to make sure there's minimum amount of bugs, and if that was a bug that I just found, then I'll make sure to let them know, because that's what I do. I've been doing bug reports for Kubuntu for 10 years ish, I think. And the main reason I get on the dev cycle is so it's closer to a rolling release, and now I'm using Monjaro, but I'm still going to run my laptop on the development and do bug reports because I still really like Kubuntu. I'm still a big Kubuntu fan. Monjaro seems to run a little better on my game machine as far as actual gaming, and my son's laptop's got that weirdo NVIDIA Optimus drive configuration crap, and Monjaro did that awesome, superbly. Kubuntu will stay on my laptop because Monjaro does not like that Broadcom chip that's in there, and I need that to work. So Kubuntu does it just fine. Like I said, it installs when I do that little checkbox and say install drivers during the install. That's all I gotta do is click that, make sure I've got a little wireless dongle in there so I have internet or plugged it in, and does it all on its own absolutely fine. So I'm gonna kind of step back. I'm gonna let this run, and I'll catch back up with you shortly. So, we have installed and rebooted. Tells you have updates available. First and foremost, absolutely make sure that you are connected to the internet. Wi-Fi, wireless, wired, something. Make sure you're wired. Make sure you're connected first and foremost. Second, go into console. This is the fastest way to update. Sudo apt update double and sudo apt full dash upgrade dash space dash y. It's right here. It's going to be so much faster than doing it by graphic. Make sure you do this next, right after you've updated. Get this update out of the way. Doing it this way is so much faster than doing it using a GUI. Actually, while that's going on, we can go in here and do a couple minor things that I like to do. Alright, screen locking. That's the first thing I go to. Uncheck both of those. Now, this is completely and totally up to you. Again, I'm in my own house. I'm not sharing the computer. I have nothing to hide. Locking it pisses me off. But if you want your computer locked, then keep it on. change whatever settings you want to change there. Going to apply, come back, and the next thing that I like to do is, I guess it's also under that same tab. Yeah, right here. I like single click. I know I'm one of the outliers. I know I'm weird, but I like the single click. I've been using Kubuntu. I've been using some KDE or Kubuntu for the most part for 14 years. I got used to the original single click that they had forever. Now they all of a sudden want to double click to pretend it's Windows. No, thank you. I like the single click. And I think that's, well, the only other thing I like to do is go into power management. And on energy saving, I like to be able to walk away from the computer for a few minutes and then come back and my screen's still on. So I usually change the switch off to 60 minutes. If you're on a laptop, you'll have dim screen. And I'll usually set that to 45 minutes. Again, this is all just entirely up to you. That's pretty much all I like to do. So this right here is about done. Right. If you're on hardware, go ahead and reboot. Especially if you had to install something like Wi-Fi drivers, graphic drivers, something like that. If you updated to a new, if it updated to a different kernel, go ahead and reboot. And whether you reboot or not, once you're back into the terminal, go ahead and install your stuff and check out how easy it is to install stuff. I'm going to do sudo apt install and then start naming things that I want. I like KMyMoney. I want Kippy plugins. I want Audacity, Kdenlive, GIMP, Krita. What else? That's all I can think of off the top of my head. So we'll go with those. Those will. If it tells you typed in something wrong, it'll not run. Just hit your up arrow. It'll relist what you just listed, backspace or back arrow to correct it, and then try again. And now that is done, let's go in here and have a little look around. So the one other thing that I like to do is I like to go into show alternatives And I like this menu. I like this menu. I've liked it for a while now. I'm not real sure why. And I usually go get Google Chrome. I won't be doing that. I know. Google Chrome, I know. However, that's what I use. Anyway, I like this setup here. There's your GIMP, go down to, there's your Audacity, Kdenlive, VLC, and multimedia. I've actually kind of started liking KVM lately. I think that's the name of it. I've had a little bit of trouble with VLC, only wanting to show one video. And I don't have any video to show, so. But, something that's new in the most recent Kubuntu KDE packagings is the night light, the night color. I really like this. Activate night color, and I can set it to right now. Hit apply. It's always on. Hit apply. Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot. It does work, and it may be because I'm in VirtualBox, but it works on my main setup. But it's got it changes to a warm color at night. You can set stuff like that on Google Chrome now. Another thing to go into is go ahead and go into Discover. Under settings right here. Right here is where your firmware updates options is. That's pretty cool if you've got, Dell or HP. You can update your firmware, your hardware right here. That is just really awesome. Snap, you have snap things here, and it is by default. It is default. I don't want my snaps. I don't want snaps to be default. I really don't. I'll pass. And then go into software sources right here, so that you can decide on your updates, because when you install a long-term support release, which this one is, it defaults to a long-term support releases only. But if you want your updates every 6 months, the 6 month cycle, then you need to come in here and change that to normal releases. Then you'll be on the every 6 months. And then close that out. Something else that I really like about KDE Plasma is the background settings, where you can set image of the day, picture of the day. This, I think, is just too cool. I'm going to set picture of the day, astronomy, hit apply, and then we're going to see what today's astronomy picture of the day is. Oh, I like that. That's cool. I like that. Alright, let's see what Bing's picture of the day is. Obviously, picture of the day means that it's going to change every day. That's cool. I used to play the heck out of some submarine games. Man, this right here brings me way back. I like that. Let's go with Earth Science. Let's see what Earth Science. Ooh, looks like some viruses. I don't think we want to see that right now. I don't want to really see that right now. It is a fact of life, but I don't want to see that right now. This is cool. Flickr picture of the day. Interesting. Let's see what a National Geographic picture of the day is. I'm just gonna have no comment and leave it at that. Let's see what NOAA weather satellite picture of the day is. Is that we have a volcano erupting. I wonder if that's what this right here is. I don't know. Unsplash. I don't know what unsplash wallpapers means, but sometimes it's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. A lot of detail in that. That's a nice picture. Oh, check that out. Oh. It's got categories. That's cool. I didn't know this. Nice. Tumblr. It's got a Tumblr category. This might be NSFW here. Okay. Yeah, we can get away with that one. The beach, I guess, was probably just what we just saw. Ultra wide 4K. I don't have a 4K monitor, but we'll look at it anyway. Wow, man, that's nice. All right, that's cool. That is Unsplash, and then we got Wikimedia Commons. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Anyway, those are your backgrounds. Those are your picture of the day background settings, and that's something that I really like. It's built into KDE, has been for a long time. I've not had trouble out of it in a very long time. So check those out. And then you got mouse buttons. Of course, true to KDE form, you've got a setting menu for every settings and subsettings, and it can get carried away. I will fully admit. You can edit panel, and if you grab screen edge, you can move it over here. You could actually set this up to be a whole lot like Unity, or no, the way that Ubuntu proper has it set up. You can set it up over here, and then there's somebody that's got it set up over here. Kind of go old school. You can set it up on the top. Let's see what that looks like real quick. Let's get rid of that. So now I've got all my settings up here. Let's get a couple of things opened up here. There's my there's, you know what, I don't know where it is. I'm looking for, what is this? I don't know how I did that. But just like that, did you see how easy that was to move? I don't know how I moved it out of the bar but into here, but just by dragging it up and dropping it back in, I put it right back where it was. Man, KDE rocks. So let's go back to edit panel. Give me screen edge. I'm going to drag it back down where it belongs. And I can figure out where I am now. And I noticed that I did move them over, so I'm going to go with edit panel again, and I'm going to move these down. Okay. Alright. Now we are where we're supposed to be. I'm going to right click on Firefox, and I'm going to pin to task manager, and that's going to put that pin right there. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to right click, pin to task manager, and now I'm going to have Dolphin right there as soon as it catches up with me. Maybe I may have unpinned it just then. Pin to task manager. Oh, you know what? It's because this is open, and once I close this, it'll go back. See? It's very Windows-y, but I like it. So Dolphin, now that it's opened up, is out here. When you close it, it just puts it right back where it belongs. I like that. All right. So anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you for joining me, Low Tech Linux, for this 20.04 Kubuntu preview. Until next time.